Map changing.
How's it going?
Or we're gonna do delta, and I need to see 10 clean deltas.
Oh, Delta? Okay.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Wait a minute, are we missing somebody? Hold on, isn't there someone missing? Okay. I just need to see 10 clean deltas. That's all.
All right.
And then after that, let's do sigma. Everyone heard that?
yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna
I
do.
did.
We're gonna do 10 clean deltas.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's here, right? Who was
Yeah.
pressing the button before? Well, I'll do it. But
Okay.
I don't think anyone's. Where is everyone? Are they in the voice chat? Do they care?
We only have 5 in the voice.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Go. All right, Rain, this is your time to shine. I really need you. I need to see you do this. I don't know where Hermione is, but
There's Rain right there. Yeah. It's hard to see which is blue.
blue to beetle, green to greedle. Come on, people. Green inner swap. Look at your debuff. Zero, stand with your partner. Bait. Okay.
Oh, I'm dead. Or it was paused. Never mind.
Yeah. How'd you die? Is it just from the hand
No,
AOE?
it's just paused right now.
Yeah, I know. It's on auto pause.
Oh, okay.
It pauses
Starting
if someone,
Dynamis Delta.
if someone dies. I need
Oh,
to
I see. Okay.
Yep. All right, here we go again. Delta. Blue to beetle, green to greedle. Look at your timer. At 0, you should be standing with somebody. Bait your AOE. Bait your. Okay.
Okay, who died there? That was
Terminus is in the line of AOE of the eye. Does everyone see that?
Yeah.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
To beetle, green to greedle. timers.
What the fuck is this?
That's a ready wipe.
So who's that in that corner? Who is Coco? Coco.
That's me, yeah.
At around this time, you should be standing. on the
Starting
partner.
Dynamis Delta.
Say again?
Around that time, you should have been standing on a partner and not stretching that tether.
Oh, yeah. I moved too quickly.
Yeah, you gotta wait for all the AoEs to show up.
Okay, and maybe the green to Greedle, blue to Beetle. Maybe the question I should ask is anyone here not familiar with Delta? Okay. Look at your debuff timer. When it hits 0, make sure you're standing with somebody. Drop your orange AoE, bait your spinning hands. Blue. Okay.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
All right, hold on.
I use the Roblox simulator for this.
Hold up.
mechanic.
I'm gonna stop.
So
I'm gonna stop.
I'm never used this one for this one.
Okay, Coca-Cola. So this is closer to what the fight is. Roblox isn't great, but it's not the real thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So really important. The first thing you're going to do in Delta, obviously, is identify
Starting Dynamis Delta.
what color your tether is and which side you should go on, and then looking at your debuff. Well, looking at your hand, see if the inner partners have to swap, and then looking at your debuff timer. At 0, you should be standing with someone, planting an orange circle under your feet, blue to Beetle. And after the orange drops, and this is the same, inner blue. Okay, inner blue has to swap. Who is inner blue?
Oh, we're the monk here.
Weird. It's gonna really suck. So if you're green tether, right? Well, that in that one you were blue. If you're green tether, you're gonna go to Omega, and 2 of you will just be standing like.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Hold on. Stop doing that. We shouldn't be running because we're always gonna be wiping. So people should understand what to do in Delta. Okay. So the action is if you're going to be standing with your partner already, you're in position. You just wait for the orange AoE to appear at your feet before moving out to bait your spinning hand.
Yeah,
The only one.
I understand that part, yeah.
The only one who shouldn't be.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Hold on. And then the other thing about that is when you're baiting your spinning hand, right? You should be staying at the wall on the correct side of where you're gonna bait it. And you should be waiting for the orange to appear before you run to the
Starting
middle.
Dynamis Delta.
Hold on. If you're a blue and you're the inside, right? This pair, the blue inside, is the only one who will not bait a spinning hand, and you will be running towards the middle. One of you is going to get hit with Beyond Defense. But for the outer blue, your job is you are the first pair to break. You're going to be the first pair to break your tether. All right? So it's really important that when you're aligned, that the inner pair is inner and shorter for the blues, and the outer pair is outer and longer, because the outer blue pair is going to break first. That's your first step as an outer blue. Your second step, when you're looking at your debuff and it hits 0, you're going to run and stand on the short partner. They are not running to you. You're running to the short partner. You're going to stand on them, and then an AoE is going to appear at your feet, an orange one. Next,
Okay.
you're going to move out and bait an outer spinning hand. This is the outer blue. You're going to wait for that spinning hand to drop a linear AoE, and then you're going to run in to act as person 2 and 3 to stack with the person who was not hit with Beyond Defense. And I really need to see that. And this is just the beginning. In the meantime, one of the 4 blues are going to get a monitor. So after you're running in and everyone's done with their spinning hand bait, you're going to be looking at Omega. Omega will have monitors spawning to his left or right side. The green tethers are going to just plant at the intercards, these markers. So basically the outer green, after they've baited their hand, are going to stand in these outer intercards. And the ones who baited the green pair, the inner green pair who baited their spinning hands, are going to be running to the opposite side intercards. They can stand, if safe, at the wall or somewhere close in the marker or a little out of it, because they're going to be spawning huge AoEs that should not be hitting anybody, and they need to all be hit with monitors. So the boss is going to hit the two of the greens with the monitor on that side, and the job of the blue person with their monitor is to hit the other 2 greens on the opposite side. The 3 people who should not, the 4 people who should not be hit are going to be the monitor who's facing the other side, and the 3 blues, the one who needs to be hit by pile pitch, which is a stack mechanic that he needs to soak with the 2 other blues, the outer blues who ran in. After that, we're going to look at, we just saw Omega, now we're going to look at Greedle Beetle. And he's going to spawn AoEs on one side, and it's huge. So the job of the green pair closest to the beetle. So if Omega was at A and Beetle was here, this green pair is going to have to break first. But they have a vuln stack, so you're going to wait for that vuln to drop before you break. You break your tether with the vuln, you're going to die. So you're going to be looking at Greedle the Beetle. You're going to see which side his AoEs are. The person on the safe side is not going to move, obviously. It's everyone who's on the wrong side has to come running into the safe side. So this green is suddenly the one responsible for breaking the tether. I just recommend you go sideways so you don't accidentally break it running straight at your partner, because again, you're waiting for a debuff to fall off before you break it. But once you do break it. Once you do have to, you must break it, because you're going to be the near bait. The long green tether that was in the other side are going to stay tethered. They are the final tether to break. The one in the safe side can move all the way to Greedle the Beetle. The one who's coming in can go, no, I think typically it's this one will stay here. And the other one who's on the other side is going to have to come running in all the way here. So if Greedle the Beetle is at C, this is what I need to see. One green tether person still tethered here, right? The 2 greens who broke here, 1 and 2, because they're the near baits. The blue people who have their debuffs, one is called near, one's called far, near world, far. So near world is towards the middle. Far world is over here. You're going to see 2 blue people who do not have any debuff on them standing safely here. They don't want to get hit by any AoE. And last but not least, over here, the other pair of that green long tether who's yet to break. right? Once the near far are all baited, this is going to go boom, the far, boom, the far, near, boom, close, boom. Nobody should be near those. Then finally, all the mechanics are done in delta. Last thing to do is the green tether break. You're going to look if you have a vuln stack. If you still have it, do not break, please. Just wait. You can go close to get ready, but don't break. If you break it with a vuln stack, you are going to die. And then finally, you break it because the vuln stack has dropped, and that's it. Boom. Mail comes back, and we're DPSing it going into Sigma. Does everyone understand that? This is very similar to the fight, the actual thing. So even
Yep,
the
I
timing,
understand.
even the timings here are very strict. I know you've done Roblox, but Roblox is very
Yeah,
nice.
Roblox is pretty loose on the timings.
It's very loose, so do not do Roblox here, please. Do not just run where you think you want to run. Do not just run when you want to run. That's not permitted. You will always wipe. So again, the trend is, or the order, I should say, look at your debuff timers. When it's 0, you need to, at the beginning, you need to stand with your partner and plant a circular orange AoE before running. Anyone who tries to go here at 0, doesn't see an orange and goes running, they'll cause a wipe. We're going to have to keep resetting. You need to see an orange at your feet. Anybody who's planted an orange and runs here to bait a hand and then runs without seeing the linear hand AoE, it's a wipe. Because guess where that AoE is going to go? Right into the room following you. You need to see a linear AoE by the wall before you run to the middle. Okay? I'm seeing too much of that to start. I've had it. It should not be happening.
What does that show AoEs button do? Top. Shows AoEs.
So
disabled,
if you show AoEs disabled, it means it will not show the AoEs. So we don't click that on.
Oh, so
But I do auto pause enabled because I just want to see who's making a mistake and correct it if I see it.
okay.
We're just gonna do. I'll do a ready check in the game. Let's see. In the sense, this is better than Roblox because this is the map you're gonna see as glitchy and loose as it is, or badly pixelated. It's also very strict on the timing. Once you've mastered it here, you will enter Delta in the game without wasting your time or 7 other people's time.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Who's not ready?
So we got 3 people not saying ready there.
Well, you only have 40 seconds, but I'm going to create another instance. So again, blue to beetle, green to greedle. Your debuff.
Side is he clear? I didn't even look.
Okay, so the monitor Coco was on the wrong side.
Yeah,
So you should be on the other side.
Yeah, I didn't look to where which side he was
Okay,
clearing.
so maybe I'll call that out. All right, I'm gonna get us an instance. And I apologize for being strict, but we're not here to like meme. We're here to actually learn this fight.
Yeah.
And I do have one member slacking. So I needed to see my personal thing right for today, besides inviting all of you, is to see that member prove to me that they know what to do in Delta. So this is not a game for me.
Let me know when you post the link.
Nobody should be wasting time when we get to Delta successfully. And I hope, since you're all ultimate gamers, you know not to spend 15 minutes getting to a prog point only to waste your time wiping to it. That's not
That
the
sucks.
end. You should know what to do when you're there. And take it from me, you'll bring it to your group or your PF, and you'll know better. Someone has markers, they could just put it already. I do not have markers.
You can save markers in this.
Yeah, you can save markers. There's supposed to be that button in the right bottom side.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Map changing.
Do you want to change the timeline?
Map changing. Starting Dynamis Delta.
Blue to beetle, green to greedle. Will be inside my partner. You can't stand like that, Terminus. You should be far. Terminus. So
I don't think he's in chat or in Discord.
that Terminus. Did you see what you did wrong there, Terminus? So the aim of an outer blue is to break their tether first. That means you can't be standing on me while you're waiting for zero to drop. You're not standing on your... The first thing an outer blue is doing is popping their tether, so they're standing far. When it hits zero, your debuff, then you run. And I've never seen where the outer blue will just stand on the inner blue. That's not reality, okay? You break your tether first, and then you come in, you drop the AoE, and then you go out and bait. All right? If this is Terminus.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Green to Greedle. Blue to beetle. Look at your debuff. Wait for it to hit 0. Then make sure you are standing with someone. Plant your yellow, orange AoEs. Bake your spinning. And so I think the hands are not being baited right either. I'm feeling. Oh, did you swap on the other side for the blues?
I don't know.
Because the blue hands are like the same on each side.
Yeah.
You need to swap if the. So I'm just gonna say something. If the blues are here, right? And so what happens for each pair is a hand appears here, a hand appears here. On the other side, a hand appears here, a hand appears here. It basically appears where someone is. You need to make sure that you and your partner's hands are not the same color. One should be blue, one should be yellow. If they're both the same color, let's say they're both blue and yellow, there's a swap that needs to happen. We call it the inner pair swap. So this inner blue will need to go run here, and this inner blue who was here will need to go run here. And likewise for green. If the green pairs, there are two hands here, right? If they're the same color, the inner green will swap with their partner here, and this green will swap going to this side.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
I need to see 10 correct deltas. Blue to beetle, green to greedle. Okay, we'll be inner Coco.
Okay. No swap.
No swap for blue either. Look at your debuff. At 0, be standing next to your partner. Plant the AoE.
Our AoE didn't go off under our feet.
Who's that?
On the beetle side.
So Coco and Rain?
Yeah.
Okay. So you really need to look at your debuff. So the way this works, which is nice, is if you get your stack wrong, like you're not stacked on your partner, no AoE will appear under your feet.
Yeah, that's what I seen.
So the problem there was the stack didn't happen in time. So again, the first thing you're going to do as a blue outer is you're going to look at your debuff. You're going to pop your tether by standing outside. Then when your debuff hits 0, you're going to run into Coco, stand on him. And it's going to be a little trickier in the real thing because these hands are not small. Your partner is actually going to be hidden under the hand. So you really need to be you really need to be mindful that you're standing on your partner. So the outer blue does have a trickier job, but you get used to it. Just learn to look at your debuff timer that when you're outside, when it hits 0, go run inside to stack on your partner, then go back running out to bait your hand AoE.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
So Rain, that's on you. Green to Greedle, blue to Beetle. Will be inner Regal. Inner needs to swap Regal. At 0, make sure you're stacked.
Looks like Regal's bait didn't happen there.
Because, so here's the thing, right? The first person who oh, Regal is not in here. Are you in here?
Oh
Regal?
no! People were swapping on the wrong people were swapping.
Okay, all right. So
the
here's the priority with the tethers. Technically, who gets there first should be outer. Who gets there last should be inner. Does that make sense to everyone? Technically,
Say it again.
technically who gets there first is outer, and who gets there
Yeah,
last
first come, first serve.
is inner. Does that make sense to everyone? I've been seeing people running there and going outside. I don't understand that. Someone on these markers, they are the outside. Inside is inside these markers.
Yeah.
Outside is outside these markers. There shouldn't be someone already standing here, and then this person comes running in after them and running all the way to Timbuktu. Like, I don't get that. Nobody should be doing that. Once you see someone here, that's your stop. You're like, oh shit, I'm inner. Okay, boom. You're too slow. Let's go.
Starting
Usually-
Dynamis Delta.
Doesn't it have like tanks and healers usually take eye side on that?
There's no role. No. Again, it's by it. Everybody, you need to know what to do when you're a certain color and tether. Green to Greedle, blue to Beetle. No swap needed. Look at your debuff timer. When it hits 0, you need to make sure you're standing with somebody. Plant your orange AoEs. Coco, you're running before our AoE happened.
My timer was at 0, past 0.
Nope, you need to see an orange AoE, right? There was no orange
Starting
AoE.
Dynamis Delta.
Are you talking about that like full screen AoE?
You need to see the AoE. It's even in the game. You need to see the AoE before you run
Okay.
out. There is no magic. Oh, it's 0. I'm going to run out, not seeing anything at your feet. No, that's not the way this sim works. That's not the way it works in reality either. And that's not the last time you're going to see that. Blue to Beetle, green to Greedle. You will also see it with the... you're also going to see it with the hand. So there is no running out when you feel like it. You need to see an AoE. Look at your debuff timer. At 0, make sure you're standing with someone. Oh, I was in the AoE.
Oh,
These markers are kind of close.
what Code is trying to say is you're looking your debuff to hit 0 because that also coincides with when the long blue breaks. That's your cue to go with your partner and stack with them because you gotta stack with your partner to share the damage. The timer hitting 0 is your cue. It's one of the cues you can use for your tether breaking and moving in with your partner.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Blue to Beetle. Green to Greedle. Okay, we'll be N terminus. Look at your timers. When it hits 0, you need to be running to your partner. Stack with them, wait for your yellow AoE.
I ran too far. I ran into the wall.
Yeah, you're in the wall.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
blue to beetle, green to Greedle. Inner blue swap. Look at your timers.
Oh,
Oh shit. That was mine.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
My bad there. I was looking at the monitors. Because I had the monitor. Green to Greedle, blue to beetle. Get your timer. Wait for the orange AOE. Go big. It looks like there's an AOE across the room. Does everyone see that? You see what hit Rena is this red line? Okay, Rain.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is that a fist?
No, yeah, it's a fist. So
Yeah.
please remember, just like the orange AOE that you do with your partner, you cannot move out of a spinning rotation bait unless you see that. Yeah, okay. How do I save these markers? Can anyone tell me?
Bottom right corner. You click on that, and then you go away markers, and you just hit save once you type in a name. There's a little button down there.
Yeah, but then what?
A little window pops up.
Save?
Yeah. I typed in Delta, and then I hit save, and then it populates the preset drop down.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so we're gonna start because Regal isn't here. We're gonna start a new one.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave this one. It didn't save my thing.
Map
Did you
changing.
type a name in for it.
I did.
Saved mine. I got mine saved.
Like, let's say I saved these.
Yeah.
Do I have to check the correct
just-
timeline or fight or something? There's
It should be under your drop down menu under waymarks. where it saves.
I know, but I saved it. Maybe it's to do with the settings of my maybe it's just the settings of my all right. Anyway, we're gonna start. Delta.
Map changing. Starting Dynamis Delta.
I've not seen one correct delta. And delta is a little bit of it's long, so well it's fast, but it's several things you need to do. I'm not seeing one. Green to omega, blue to beetle. Look at your debuff timer. 0, AOE, move, bait. Look at the monitor. Okay. All right.
So in the middle there, it has something happen in the middle.
Okay. So the 3 people were killed by
The monitor was on the wrong side, I think, too, wasn't it?
no, the monitor was on the right side.
Okay.
I think what happened there is, let's see, Monk died, Terminus died. So who was the beyond the fence? Who got hit first? Was it Terminus? Okay, so you're standing in the right spot. You're away. So I'm not sure what hit. That should. Were those 3? Who's there? Monk, Rena, and Summoner. Why did they die?
Isn't one supposed to be away from that AoE? In the center?
Terminus was too close to the stack. I see. So they ate what they had to eat, but Terminus was too close.
Or was my AoE too close to Terminus?
Who was Terminus's partner to get pile pitch the stack? Technically, no. The pile pitch should always be in the middle. Terminus would have had to move out a little further. Yeah. Yeah. So beyond the fence works this way. The boss is basically gonna hit 2 closest people or target them, and one is gonna get hit with an AoE, giving them a vuln so they cannot be hit again.
Mm-hmm.
The other person is targeted. The other close person is targeted for pile pitch, which means they have to stack with 2 other people. That person, the first person who got hit with beyond the fence, cannot be hit again. So if they die, and I think that's what happened here, Terminus died being too close to the pile pitch stack. That person should not be close to the people in the middle. The people in the middle own that middle spot. You want pile pitch to be in the middle. It's the closest that
Starting Dynamis Delta.
it's the closest that the blues can run into, right? You don't want the pile pitch to be like in one side and some blue is all the way at B running all the way now. Pile pitch will always be in the middle. It's up to Terminus or beyond the fence person who got hit first to be running as far away and as safely as possible. Blue to beetle, green to greedle. You are inside. Partner of Monk, you are inside. Please go inside. You should not be outside. Hello? Look at your debuff. Stack. Bait. Yeah, I was going to kill Terminus. So I'm going to say something here, okay? The inner blue is always inner. There is no inner outer. Does that make sense? Who was Monk's partner there? You're at fault. Who are you?
Starting Dynamis Delta.
It's not Terminus. You got nothing to do with this. There was a blue rogue gone rogue. No inner blue should be going outer of the outer blues.
Yeah, we still have one that's not in Discord.
Who is that?
I don't know. Swap.
So the two inner blues for both hit with Beyond Defense. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So Coco died, so that means Rena was Beyond Defense, so it's Coco's fault. Who's Coco? Is Coco here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. You cannot be close. You have, when you're running in, you need to watch out on, you and your partner need to watch out on whether you have to stay separate because one of you is going to get hit with Beyond Defense.
Okay.
And if you see that, if you're hit, you stay away from people. If he's hit, you stay
Starting
away from,
Dynamis Delta.
you stay away from that person. And you go to the middle because you'll be the stack person. You'll be pile pitch. Have all of you never been to Delta?
I have, yes.
Blue to Beetle, green to Greedle. Will be
Many
inner.
times.
So you should know this.
But I off the Roblox one, yeah.
No. Okay. There's a line I see being baited. Something off here. So remember, you can't come running in yet until you see a linear AoE.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Blue to Beetle. Me and Rena are outer. Rena and Coco inner. Please be inside, Rena. Rena, inside. You. Monk was hit with the AoE. Does everyone see that?
Where is he? Where is he?
He's right there by C, between tree and C. Whose AoE
Okay.
is that running across like that? Did you move
Finis?
before? Did you move before the AoE?
Who?
Rain.
I don't know.
It's a little. Okay, so here's another thing. When you're baiting your line, right? Your hand, your spinning hand.
Mm-hmm.
You will stay at the wall. There is no I'm baiting it over here or I'm baiting it over.
Yeah, it's right against the wall.
You are always at the wall when you're baiting those hands. You have to be in the correct side of the hand and you have to be at the wall. And you have to wait for the linear AoE before you go in. Because that's exactly what will happen in real time. You will kill one of your members who's trying to run in. That's unacceptable.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
After doing 15 minutes getting into it, oh hell no. Terminus and Cold are out. Regal and Rain are inner. Swap. Get your timer.
Where's my sprint button? Ah! Beautiful.
Okay, there's something wrong here.
Something. Yeah. What happened there?
Rain died. Were you too close? Ah, okay, you got hit twice. Okay.
The green on
So
two is
Monk,
missing.
yes. So Monk and Summoner. So Summoner was inside. Monk, you cannot be at the wall. You cannot be at the wall. You get that, Monk? You have to be the near bait. What happened here is Rain got hit twice, so Rain died. They were hit by far world and near world. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So Monk, is Monk in here? I don't know if Monk's in here.
Yeah, he's in here.
Okay. Monk, the proper position for the two greens who first broke, which is Summoner and you, is one of you technically stays inside two, or even a little outside of the marker, but you're closer to the boss because Summoner and Monk are the near baits. At the distance you're in, you're making it sketchy so that Beetle decided to choose Summoner and Rain as the near baits, which is not, which is not great, right?
Mhm.
You're further from Summoner. Summoner was a near bait. You're further from Summoner than Rain. So Rain got chosen as the second one. Almost there.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Green to Greedle. Regal, you can't. Regal, you could go stay inside. You don't have to bait the hand like. So that's a fist. I'm just gonna say something. Let's not have the fist like one over here in Timbuktu and the other one in Disney Island over here. So technically, what you want to do is have the fist like a certain distance from each other. Because if you're gonna be like putting the fist anywhere you want, it's gonna start acting weird. So here's the thing: the green tether is here. Their partner is typically here. That's outer green. An inner green is here. Their partner, inner green, is over here. They wait, see if their fists that appear are the same color or not. If it's the same color, obviously this inner one will swap, not the outer one. Then when they're looking at their debuff, right, the timer, they kind of stand closer together here in the middle. Then the inner will go out to their spinning. This outer will go out to their spinning. Now let's look at blue. An outer blue will always stand here. This marker, and then this marker. That signifies the end of where you're going to plant your hands. I've never seen people plant hands here. That's kind of weird. It's always here. The inner blue is going to stand here and here. So where the hands for blue is going to appear is in this side and one on this side. Okay? The inner blue is always going to stay inner, inner. Outer is going to be at this distance. They need to be far because they will be the first tether to break when the mechanics start coming down. Inner blue is going to look at the countdown, 0, run to their partner. The first thing that happens with blue that you don't see is technically they break. Okay? So they're standing here. Their tether breaks. Boom. They stand here with their partner. The orange AOE happens. Boom. Then they're gonna run out and plant their hand. They're gonna bait their hand. That's outer blue. Inner blue. Inner blue stays here. They have the easiest job. First of all, they're just staying here. They're waiting for their partner to come to them, right? And they don't bait any hand. They just stand here, and then next thing they do, they're going to go inside. So let's demonstrate. They're standing here. Once here, once here. Their hand has appeared, so it's somewhere here. I've never seen an inner blue go out here, okay? You want it here. So their hand is here. They're like, look, they're waiting. Their partner wants to them. AOE appears. Okay, boom. I AOE goes past them. Boom. So they're running in. So one blue is here, and the other blue is far from them, right? They were here, so they're running here. They're looking at the monitor because that's their responsibility, right? So one of them gets hit. I get hit with a beyond defense. This person here knows, oh, I didn't get hit. I got to go to the middle. In the meantime, this one who got hit with beyond defense can run far away, but making sure that looking at the monitors, they're not going to get hit by the boss's monitor. Meantime, the one who's waiting for pile pitch is waiting for two other friends to get to them. Now, depending on who of the blues got the monitor, could be this pile pitch. It could be the beyond defense over here. It could be the two blues who were outer, baited their hands, and are running inner to stack with the pile pitch. Could be one of them. Whatever the case, they're all looking at the Omega. So the monitor has, if Omega is facing, let's say D, then this monitor has to face B, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if this was the pile pitch stack, two people should be standing close to me but not getting hit by my monitor. So the distance between the boss's monitor and my monitor is safe area. Nobody should be hit. None of the blues should be hit with monitor. So keep that in mind. None of the blues should be hit by monitor. Only the greens are going to get hit by monitor. That means two pile pitch stacks and the pile pitch who's standing in the middle, and a beyond the fence who is standing away from them waiting. Okay, but that's moot. I keep seeing problems with hands that I shouldn't.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Remember your position for the hands, please. I don't want to see someone placing a hand at the wall. I mean, that's a meme at this point. Please put your hands where they should be. Green to Greedle, blue to Beetle.
Did the time run out?
Yes, the timer ran out.
That sucks.
I'm in a queue of 3.
Okay.
And if any of you have any questions about Delta, there is like the sauce guide for it. So I don't know why I keep seeing these variations and where you guys are positioning. This is what Delta looks like.
Yeah, you got to post it in your
This
server
this toolbox, right?
here. Yeah.
So if you look at for example, if you look at this like slide 8, Does everybody see where people are standing? Nobody with hands is standing at a wall. I've never seen it. People should be standing. The blues are inner, right? That's where you're going to bait. It really isn't, it's not rocket science. You're not like running to Timbuktu, because I have to tell you, I've seen it. In the sim, if you try to plant one of your hands at the wall, I don't know where those hands are actually going. It's going to cause a wipe when the hands do not hit each other correctly. So you do want to be mindful where you're actually planting your hand that will appear. And I've never seen what you guys are doing. I don't know if you guys are just memeing or what, but nobody should be planting. The hands will appear where your body is. And according to this tool guide, I've never seen any person standing at the wall when they're planting hands, right? I've never seen an inner blue standing inside Beetle's body, for example. I've seen it twice now. So please do not do that. Please stop doing that. I don't want to keep giving this lecture, and that's why we're even wasting time going in and out of the simulator.
Let me know when you posted the view link.
Yep. Don't worry, Rena. We have about, like, probably by the time you go, it's probably going to be. But if you just look at slides 8 through 9 in Toolkit, or 8 to 10,
Map changing.
I don't have the markers. I think my browser is set to delete everything after every close. So thanks. All right.
Yeah, I'll post them once I'm in.
Map changing. Starting Dynamis Delta.
Green to Omega, blue to Beetle. Where are you going, Regal? Regal.
Hmm.
Okay.
Come again.
My bad. I popped that one. I should have.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
The monitor looks a little wonky to me.
Yeah.
The monitor is
It
facing the
looks a little
wrong
bit.
way.
Oh shit! I
The
was looking for a bright blue monitor on that.
So
that box.
monitor is coming from Omega. So you
Yeah.
need to be looking at Omega. He will always do one side of the room.
Yeah.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Okay.
I think I was in the wrong spot.
Okay. It looks like beyond the fence.
I was still working my way into the middle.
There was one blue missing. I
Yeah.
got hit by beyond the fence, so I
There
shouldn't have
should
been there.
Yeah, so there should be two people standing with who had pile pitch.
I did.
I did. That's why I'm out here by.
No, you had beyond the fence, Regal. You got hit, so
Yeah.
you can't get hit. Pile pitch is the stack person. Who was the stack
Oh,
person?
That was
my
me.
bad.
Who's me?
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, so
Coca-
you see how Rain. So you didn't have it, Coca-Cola. You're memeing. Rain had
Yeah.
it. You were supposed to be in the middle, Coca-Cola. I'm betting you've not been to Delta. Just betting at this point.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't make assumptions like that. You know that. That's pretty fucking rude.
Okay, Coco, you were too late.
Yes, I was.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Summoner, you and I are inner blue. You see how Terminus is there? Monk, you can't be standing on me. You need to break.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
You guys don't know how to plant hands, I see. People are gonna keep dying from hands. The hand meme. Unless you know how to do hands properly, it's dead in the water. Regal were inner,
Mhm.
in case you didn't know. So Terminus was probably hit by the AO, but how would you die there, Terminus?
Starting Dynamis Delta. Starting Dynamis Delta.
What happened there? It's the hands for sure, right? Because the spinnies weren't even baited yet. And anytime I've noticed, if it's everyone is dead that early, it's your hand. So if you guys don't know how to do hand, I'm sorry, you cannot do Delta. So we have one line AOE coming from Foresight. Who is that?
Starting Dynamis Delta.
You have to wait for the AOE, just like the yellow one, the circular one. But you have to wait for the linear one. It is exactly the same in the fight. It's a warning. If you cannot do it here, you cannot do it in the game. So Rain died from what?
Looks like not.
So we're missing,
And no people in the battle pitch.
yeah, so we're missing someone in the, I bet it's Coco.
Yeah, I'll still making my way there.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
Monk and I are inner. Okay, you cannot do that, Terminus. There is an AOE that was running Right, true. I just dodged it, but technically I would have killed people because wasn't in the right spot. I'll never get to my right spot at 4. I still on green tether. You also killed Rain on that side because I saw where it was.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
For any AOE and P5, you must wait until it appears before you go running. You need to ingrain that in yourself. There's no magic. I do what I want because it's going to appear after. Hell no. It's you always have to wait for it before you run. Terminus and I are outer. That's the way that the
Don't.
hands were done. I think it's Urena because you put your hand. So greens do not do that. Okay, it's only the blues who'll do the.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
No green should be standing like here and then running here. Regal and I are outer. Where is our pile pitch?
Monitor people guy twice. If I'm reading this right.
Well, from what I see, the monitor is facing correctly, right? It's away.
Well, the reconfigure is facing C. So we're getting hit by double monitors from reconfigured and the monitor person over here on A. That's how I'm reading it.
Okay, so let me just correct you. The boss's monitor is hitting C, right? I
Mhm.
believe Summoner or Rain, one of those two is the member monitor, the party monitor, who's facing the correct side at A. So the monitors are done correctly. What I'm missing here and seeing is where Beyond the Fence went, which I believe is, I think Terminus is Pile Pitch, and he's like eating it alone, maybe? Am I right? Did you eat it alone in Beyond the Fence? So where is... Why is there an AoE on you if you're Beyond Defense? The AoE should be, and you're the one dead, by the way. So this is the way it works. I think you're Pile Pitch. I'll be honest with you. You're not Beyond Defense.
The big AoE cutting to the center, that's coming from reconfigure, right? The Greedo. Because it looks to what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if I'm reading this right, but it also looks like Terminus was hit by the monitors coming from the boss, not from the party member.
Okay, I can see the whole thing because I'm very far. I don't know what your vision is. Okay, but even if Terminus was hit by what do you call it? Oh, did you guys reset it? I know what happened there. It's beyond. I'm telling you, it's the Pile Pitch did not stack with the two. I just know it. There was an AoE around someone in the wrong place. And whether they got hit by the monitors was okay.
Starting Dynamis Delta.
You guys could not see it, but I'm far away as possible from the arena, so I can see the whole thing. I can see who's making a mistake, and I know who it is. Terminus, you were the only one who died. You were a pile pitch. You're not beyond the fence. I'm sorry to say it, but unless someone was hiding in you and they baited in you, you and I are in the arena. Look at Beetle.
My window closed.
Okay.
I was far world that my window from the sim closed when I was trying to use Sonavant.
I died there. I have to align with the marker. But when you say your window closed, are you still in here? I see you still in here.
Starting Dynamis
We
Delta.
got 50 seconds and Rena has... Okay, Coco left. Never mind. Honestly, he could be pissed with me, but I hope the lesson you all learn here today is that you should know what Delta is, or at least learn to do it correctly. And when we're doing the sim, at least have an idea, look at the toolkit, the guide. And you never want to go into Delta. And I feel it, I see it. There's no way people go into Delta and you don't know that you're supposed to be doing this or that. I don't believe it. Maybe you make one mistake, maybe twice. Okay. But at least if that's your prog point, you should study it, right? So you have an idea. And all you're going to do in the sim is try to get your movement correctly. It's not, oh, I didn't know that was the mechanic. Oh, I didn't know that was where I was supposed to stand. By the time, if you're at Delta, you should be getting there and getting ready to get through it. Not getting there and dying. Getting there and dying. Getting there and dying. There's no point in that when there are sims. Get there so you know what, do the sim so you know what to do. You don't go into a sim and not know. That's why I don't believe people are in Delta. There's no fucking way when they're acting like that. And yeah, I was being rude intentionally. So, all right, that's it for tonight. Good night.